Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello there. Ooh, hold on a second. There's a carpet here. I gotta get around. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Hope you guys have had a great week so far. It's getting there. The week is moving along, isn't it? It's been a pretty crazy day. There's a lot of insane stuff going on in South Africa. I was gonna talk about it, but then the more I was reading about it, the more I realized how much I didn't really know, because it goes back a long time, all the way back into the 90s, when Nelson Mandela kind of took power. But not kinda, he did, and then after, like, basically from there, it was just like a downhill spiral. There's a lot going on, and I want to do my due diligence before I report on it. But probably tomorrow, maybe the next day, I'll be doing a segment on South Africa, because it is crazy right now. It basically is a war zone. It looks like a war zone, and they're not fighting anyone else but themselves. It's crazy. So if you are in South Africa, or you know somebody who's down there, please be safe, because it is rather crazy right now. But today we're going to be talking about the big lie. As President Biden put, that's exactly what it is, the big lie. Well, yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about election integrity and President Trump's response and what Biden's doing, and touch a little bit on the audits that are going on. Audit that's going on, potentially multiple audits that might take place. It's kind of crazy. And then I want to talk about this freaking crazy stuff that I'm going to have to refrain myself from swearing, because I don't like it when people mess with kids. I don't like it. I think that this is what pisses me off about the whole trans movement thing. It's like, look, once you're an adult, you do what you want. Don't push it on kids. You start pushing it on kids, you start manipulating kids. Like, I have an issue with it. So the San Francisco Gay Choir came out with a song about converting your kids. We're coming for your kids. They literally sing this in the song, right? And now they're trying to backpedal, say that it was satire. I don't care. And I'm gonna rip it apart, because they should never joke about coming for people's kids. It's messed up. It's disgusting. There's conspiracies around it. I'm gonna touch on it. And then we got this library. What are they? Hold on, I want to read what it. It's the Mandinga Arts. They create costumes and stuff to help let kids get into reading and help them get excited about reading. Well, they dressed up with some freaking monkey that had a big swinging dildo for kids, and it's disgusting. Now their tweets are protected. They're going into hiding, essentially. But it kind of goes hand in hand with this freaking movement to, like, groom children to be sexual, and it's disgusting, and it needs to stop. These kids need to have childhoods. They need to grow up before they're exposed to this ridiculousness. Okay? I have to talk about it, because it's disgusting. All right. Then I want to talk about how this Nintendo 64 game, Mario 64, sold for over $1 million. I can't believe that this is how much money it's gone for. It's ridiculous. It's pristine. It's in the box. But the world's oldest whiskey only sold for $130,000. Something super cheap. It's from the 1700s. It's from, like, it was. I'll get into the details when I talk about it. But it just blows me away that Mario 64 went for over $1 million. Anyway, we're going to talk about it. It's crazy. How you doing, chat? Hopefully you guys are doing well. I am going to... someone just said a super chat, and I don't normally read it. Sectus Gaming says, the Babylon Bee has a great satire take on the choir. You know what? Before I get to it, I want to find that, because Babylon Bee is just absolutely ridiculous. And in the best way possible. I got to find it, because it's probably going to be hilarious. You know what? Let's just peruse Babylon Bee, shall we? Let's see what do we got here. The videos. Progressives suggest tearing down dumb, pointless fence in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of field. That's funny. Cuban communism maybe not so bad since its critics seemingly disappeared in the middle of the night. Oh man, they're making fun of the Democrats, of course. I love this one. Democrat governors afraid Cuban desire for freedom could spread to the U.S. Oh, that's good. I'm just gonna skip ahead to try to find the choir one. Oh, this one's good. Compassionate Christian votes for government to steal money from his neighbor to give it to the poor. Oh, jeez. I wonder if it's going to be, it's got to be obvious. I don't know. This was a couple days ago, maybe like a week ago when they did the whole choir thing broke. It was like the weekend or something. I don't know. These guys are pretty much on top of everything. Wow, they really do like rock these things out, don't they? All right, I'm going to stop scrolling. I'm sure I'm like one scroll away from being there, but that's all right. That's all right. I want to talk about the big lie first and foremost. So, all right, how do I even start this, right? I guess it starts with Maricopa County because this is the only county that flipped to blue from red from 2016 to 2020. And I know a lot of people, I have family that live in Maricopa County. They're all Trump supporters. Everyone they know are Trump supporters. This is a very heavy red neighborhood, all right? And a red county, from what I know and understand. My personal knowledge of people that I know that actually live in Maricopa County are they voted for Trump, all right? It's very, very red there. Okay, so now they're doing an audit, and they're finding discrepancies all over the place. And this forensic audit could lead to something. I'm not saying that it has, because it hasn't yet. It's not over. I'm not saying one way or another, YouTube. I'm just simply stating that they're doing a deep dive into the Maricopa County. Okay, so that's making a lot of Democrats worried. And my question has always been from the get-go, why? Let us do a forensic audit. What are you afraid of? Wouldn't you want to put these people in their place? Wouldn't you want to put me in my place? Because, I mean, I think something screwy went down. I don't know for certain, but I'm going to find out once this audit takes place. And now there's talks of Pennsylvania joining the audit, Wisconsin, all these other swing states that were under contention during the election because of, you know, the whole boop, Democrat bump, whatever you want to call it, the little bump in the night, if you will. Yeah, there's all sorts of discrepancies. And I think it's fair to prove to the American people that, you know, everything's good. Now, Biden's going out and he had a speech today. He flew to Pennsylvania. Dude actually came out of the basement and got on this plane, flew to Pennsylvania to have some major speech about how Republicans are trying to take the right to vote away or some sort of craziness because the integrity, I don't know if it's the Integrity Act, what the Republicans are trying to do. They're trying to make it easier to have a little bit more window to go and vote so you don't have to do a mail-in vote. And you need an ID also, which for some reason Kamala Harris thinks so little of people in rural communities that they can't figure out how to, I guess she at least thinks they can get IDs, but they can't Xerox their ID. Do you know what this is? You know what this is? This is a phone. You know what you can do with this phone? With most phones nowadays? You could take pictures. You can take pictures of your ID and verify your ID through apps. They're phones, Kamala. People have them. They can take pictures of their IDs. Having an ID to vote should be like a no-brainer. It should be like, yeah, everyone should have an ID to vote. How is that racist? How is that suppressing the vote. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to convince people that Republicans are evil because they're trying to squash people's abilities to vote. That's a big lie. That is the big lie, okay? They're trying to say, well, all these judges and whatever, they were, they threw it all out. Okay, they threw a lot of cases out, sure, yeah, because for whatever reason they were thrown out. Not all of them were thrown out, though. Pennsylvania changed laws right before the election that you can't change laws right before an election, change the way things are done in the election, and expect there not to be discrepancies. Well, they almost are like, no discrepancies, nothing to see here. And do you remember when they, threw the Republican checkers out? No, you're not allowed to see her. Or when they boarded up the windows so no one can see inside. What else did they do? Oh, all sorts of random things that are just shady. Wouldn't you want a forensic audit to just prove that it's legit? These people, I just don't understand why they wouldn't just go, you know what, fine, let's do it. Take a forensic audit. We did a recount. All right, now do a forensic audit. Is that going to make you shut up? Then do it. What are they waiting for? Look at this. This is actually a response. So, all right, before I show you this, Biden claimed 150 people voted. It's historic. Did he mean 150 million people voted? And Trump's such a troll. Look at this. He goes, Biden just said 150 people voted in 2020 presidential election on the assumption that he meant 150 million people. And based on the fact that I got 75 million, that would mean that Biden got 75 million votes, which is 6 million less than what they say they've got. So what is this all about? Are they already conceding 6 million votes? Obviously, he's trolling Joe Biden because he said 150 people. Like, what do you mean by that? 150 million people? Because if it's 150 million people, then you didn't get 81. There's reports of more votes than ballots cast in certain counties. It's like these kind of discrepancies aren't mainstream. The mainstream media is totally avoiding all of those. It's like that's the things that I was looking at after the election that I was talking about constantly. That's what people were pissed about. That's what people showed up on the 6th for, to peacefully protest. Because I was there. I listened to Trump speak. He said, let's go peacefully have our voices heard over at the Capitol building. And then the people that were already at the Capitol building weren't sitting there listening to Trump. And sure enough, there's agent provocateurs that have basically been proven that the FBI was involved. They had informants in the crowd helping instigate. I mean, we know that the Black Lives Matter guy, whatever his name is, I don't know if he's Antifa or whatever, he's the one who was filming Ashley Babbitt actually getting shot. You can hear him instigating the cops, telling him to leave, telling him that they're going to beat him up. That was him, not Trump supporters, instigators. Anyway, I'm bouncing around here. Sure enough, Biden admin calls election integrity laws the worst challenge to our democracy since the Civil War. Seriously? Since the Civil War, the worst challenge? Making it so people need IDs? These people are delusional. They're trying to make a claim that this is the worst challenge to the democracy since the Civil War, when Union, aka Republicans, were fighting Democrats to free the slaves. That Civil War? Is that what you're talking about? Oh. Yeah, but they, of course, are trying to use another big lie that there's some sort of party switch. No, Democrats are the party of Jim Crow, the South. Yeah, these people are nuts. Psaki is, this woman, she's so condescending. Honestly, I'm so fed up with this woman and her condescension. I don't know. I know someone else that's very much like this, and I can't stand that attitude of you're better than someone else. I don't like that. No one's better than anyone else. I'm not better than anyone else. No one's better than me. We're all on an even plane. You have to prove yourself. These Democrats, it's not just Jen Psaki, it's Democrats in general. They really do act like they got a chip on their shoulder, and if you disagree with them, you're beneath them. Right? That's what they're saying, that you're beneath them. Even Kamala Harris talking about voter integrity. Oh my gosh, it's like she's sitting there slapping the people that she's saying that she's talking about. This virtuous speech that she's got about integrity, voting integrity, about, making it so that these people who probably have no access to a Xerox machine, like Xerox machine, really? People have phones. They don't need Xerox machines to get their IDs to prove whatever. Don't they have public libraries all over the place? I mean, pretty much every town's got a library. Oh, you don't have a library? Well, do you have a smartphone? I mean, it is 2021. I'm not saying that everyone has a smartphone right now, but I'm pretty sure everyone can access a Xerox machine or some sort of copy machine, or most printers nowadays have scanners on them. I mean, what's that, $50? I mean, geez, they think so little of everyone else. They don't even tell the truth. I just tweeted out earlier. I'm like, look, every single act that, not every bill that they're trying to put forward that has like a For the People Act, the Patriot Act, the National Defense Authorization Act, or For the People Act. It's all BS. It's all to try to undermine you, me, our rights. Now we can get spied on. Now we can get lied to. What's going to be snuck into the For the People Act, huh? I have no idea. But they're trying to make it so that they can continue cheating. Even Trump. Look, he came out. This is from Becker News. Let the forensic audit go. Donald Trump issues urgent message on Biden's plan to halt Pennsylvania audit. Now, he gets real sassy. This is a lot of quotes from Trump. But essentially, he's saying what I'm saying. What do they have to hide? Why wouldn't they want this audit to shut us up? If they audit and they're right, wouldn't that prove them right? Wouldn't that be vindicating for them? Wouldn't they want to be vindicated? Wouldn't they want to shove it in everyone's faces? The conservatives, the Q movement, the Donald Trump himself. Wouldn't they want that? Wouldn't they love that? But no, they're going, we don't have to do it. We don't have to. We know that Biden won because we believe it, or, whatever. You guys are the crazy ones. You're the conspiracy theorists. Why would we need to prove it to you? Because of all the discrepancies. These people act like it is the most legitimate election ever. I don't feel like my vote matters at all anymore in America. I'm serious. It's a shame. Trump happened to win the area that I voted in, which is dope. Didn't make a difference because Maricopa County pretty much decides Arizona, which flipped blue for the first time in a long time. It was certainly red in 2016. It probably is red this time. I don't know. I don't believe it. It's pretty insane that these people are just not allowing it to happen. Like, just let it happen. And now we've got, this is from Tim Pool, Texas Democrats are illegally blocking voter integrity legislation in an effort to strip the rights of voters away because they know they can't win unless they game the system. Bam. He's right. Wait, weren't they saying the filibuster is racist or something? Or like end the filibuster? I've been hearing that a lot from the Democrats lately. And now they're straight up, the Democrats in Texas are straight up leaving Texas, flying to DC, begging Congress to force the state of Texas or pass this law that would, I don't know, make it so that Texas can't change what they want, which is you need ID, no mail-in voting. You can have extra time to go vote in person. That sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. What's wrong with that? Why do we need mail-in voting? We already had absentee voting in place, right? If you can't make it because of an emergency, absentee voting. That's what that's for. Mail-in voting is wrought with ways to take advantage of it. That's all I'm going to say. Because nothing's proven yet. All right? One way or the other. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just waiting for someone on the Democratic side to go, you know what? Let's just do it to prove these people wrong. To shut them up. To prove that they've won or didn't win. Whatever. Prove it to us. A lot of people don't think that their vote matters anymore. And that's messed up. Millions of people. Not just like one nutbag, but millions and millions of people. I'm one of them. I'm not calling them crazy. I'm saying that there's enough legitimate reasons for them to doubt it that we should have a forensic audit. We should audit every single election ever. Because why not? Make it, so you can't have fraud at all. That sounds great, doesn't it? Who would want to fight against that? Shouldn't everyone be all right for having all these audits going on? I don't know. That's what needs to happen as far as I'm concerned. We need to audit everything. Audit everything. Oh yeah, by the way, thanks to Matthew Gerber, straight up just said Adam Crigler's the effing man. That was pretty funny. Down at the bottom. I didn't even know about Tim. For some reason, I don't see Tim's tweets, but this one popped up because someone tagged me. I'm like, what's this all about? And then they just said I was awesome. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, someone just said, what is the fear for an audit? Exactly. What are they afraid of? They're afraid to find out that they actually did lose, which would be crazy. I don't even know what would happen if they did prove it. It's pretty crazy actually to think about, but I don't know. All right. This next segment, this pisses me off a lot. I don't like it when people mess with kids. It makes me very uncomfortable. I can't stand this. I have a lot of nieces and nephews. I grew up around kids. Like they're the future, right? And we got to protect our kids. Okay. I'm thinking about having children soon. I'm going to have kids soon. That's not even thinking about. Like I have a house now. I have a wife. We love each other. We're going to have children. I'm going to be a father soon. I can't wait to have the privilege and honor to be a father, to teach what I know to a young human being. It's so exciting to think about. And then I see this BS on the internet that just pisses me off. There's two things I'm going to talk about right now. The first thing is this freaking choir, all right, in San Francisco. It's the San Francisco Gay Choir. And they came out with a video, I don't know if it was like a week ago, 4 days ago, something. They basically are singing about how they're coming for your kids. They're going to convert them. They're coming for your kids. It's like literally the words of the song. Let me just pull it up right quick. I remember someone actually sent it to me in a PM. We'll convert your children, happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, but you will barely notice it. We'll convert your children, reaching one and all. There's really no escaping it, because even grandma likes RuPaul. The world's getting kinder. Gen Z's gayer than Grinder. We're coming for them. We're coming for your children. We're coming for them. Oh, and to finish it up, the gay agenda is coming home. The gay agenda is here. Why are you talking about people's kids? Anyway. Okay? Why are you coming for people's kids? Huh? Now, this right off the bat, I was like, what? Why would anyone talk about that? Coming for your children, coming for your kids. We're going to convert them. Like, you're going to convert kids. So this is a gay choir singing about coming after people's children. That's gross right off the bat. I don't want anyone coming after my kids. Anyone. If anyone came to me and said, I'm coming after your kids, we've got issues. All right, we got problems. Now they're trying to, the video got deleted. All right, they got so much heat. They got ratioed instantly. All right, the video came down. Everyone started blasting. Of course, Reddit came through with this whole conspiracy theory. Now, I haven't fact-checked this myself, but Reddit went and took the names of the people in the choir, cross-referenced them, sees their faces are in the picture of this. The video is basically just like a Brady Bunch of 40 different people singing. And so the conspiracy theory is a bunch of them are pedos. I don't know the credence of this, okay, but it is floating around on the internet. Every single time anyone posts about anything, this image pops up. I have it here. I'm not going to show you guys, but it's basically pictures of the people and with the cross-reference files of them being arrested. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but now this is coming out and going, oh, they totally just owned the conservatives out there. They're clapping back at conservatives with this fire satirical song. Okay. Babylon Bee is satire. That's funny. Okay, singing about coming for people's kids. That's effed up. All right? You don't that's not funny. That's not something to joke about. All right? And in this video, the song is different. It's not the same song. I have the lyrics. All right? Someone sent me the lyrics. They're like, "Can you believe this is actually happening right here? Like this, like, can you believe these lyrics?" And I was like, no, I can't believe these lyrics. This is absolutely ridiculous. Do I have the actual video? I do have the video. I'm not going to play the video because these people are talking about how they're going after anyone who plays the original video. But I have it, and it's just like, it's so blatant. It's not satire. And even if it is, it's not funny. That's not funny. We're coming after your kids. We're going to convert all your children. Like, how is that funny at all? No, you're not coming after my kids. You're never going to see my kids. And you know what? I have gay friends. I've got nothing against that, right? Live your life. Just like I said about the trans community. Once you're an adult, you do what you want. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Have at it, right? I'm going to do me, all right? Don't be upset with the way I live or my ideas, but once you're an adult, you do what you want to do. Don't touch the kids. Don't go after the kids. Let the kids live a life as a child should. Then comes Mandinga Arts. Let me just show you. I don't know if you've seen this. Graphic warning. This is their monkey that was dancing in front of kids, trying to get them to be excited about reading. That's a big, huge dildo hanging between his legs. Okay. How is this for the kids? How is this supposed to be exciting for kids? Like, people are laughing at him, or what is the point of this? That's disgusting. What are you trying to do? Why? In fact, I've seen an image of this costume on their website, which is taken off, without that dildo. So someone added that dildo later on. Who would have thought that was okay? If I had a kid in a library and that walked in the room, we would have been gone. Nope. No. Nope. My child will never be at this library ever again. This company shouldn't be allowed to even be a part of working with kids, period. Now we have Jas Othwal has distanced himself with the Red Bridge Library Summer Reading Challenge after they used taxpayer money to hire a naked monkey with a massive dildo to perform for kids. That's not all they've done. This isn't one incident. I've got a couple here. Of course, here's another image of that naked monkey for some reason. Here's the Mandinga Arts, same thing, just a bunch of, I guess, pig furry bondage. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with kids, but this one certainly does. This is called the Wolf Pack, and they're Kid-friendly, intelligent, cheeky canines ready to be stroked and play fetch. What? Why do they have people dressed up as dogs ready to be stroked? That's literally the words that they used. Okay, that's not okay when it comes to children. You don't do that to kids. I don't know who's performing that. I don't know who's in that furry suit. Look, again, if you're furry, I've got nothing against you. You're an adult, you do what you want to do. You don't push it on kids. I draw the line. You ever see that video, Don't F with Cats, on the internet? Someone did a horrendous act towards a cat, put the video on the internet, and people on the internet sought this person out and destroyed their lives. I haven't seen the video, but someone, it's a movie or show on Netflix. I don't know exactly what it is, but someone explained it to me, and I was like, dang, that's ridiculous. The internet is brutal. And that person deserved, because you don't put a freaking cat in a microwave. All right, spoiler, that's what the person did. Ridiculous. Okay? I feel like this is on par with that. You don't mess with kids. Don't F with our kids. I'm so fed up with this. Why aren't they just letting kids live their life? They're groomers. These people are all grooming kids. That's what it is. It's just one big grooming operation, and they're trying to act like it's normal. No, we're coming to convert. It's the gay agenda. We're coming to convert your children. Wait, I meant we're trying to make them happy and accept gay people. It's like, hey, look, my kids are going to accept gay people. That's fine. I mean, I'll tell them about the world. I want to impart all of my knowledge to my children. I'm not going to be like, you're probably gay. You might be, if you're born a boy, you might be a girl, and that's okay. It's like, I'm going to let them discover the life as they see fit. All right. But I'm going to teach them how I see the world, and not somebody else. We'll just put it that way. Anyway, I'm done with that. I want to talk about this crazy sale that just went down there. I'm going to talk about two sales. Okay. There's Mario 64 is a game that I played. It was an awesome game. I played it when it first came out on 64. One of my best friends got it, and I went over to his place and we were playing. It was insane. That playing Mario in 3D, running around the way that it was game breaking. It was definitely one of first of its kind. Came out in 1996, and a sealed copy of Mario 64 sells for $1.56 million in a record-breaking auction. This is insane. This is crazy. That's a lot of money. An unopened copy of Nintendo's Super Mario 64 sold at auction Sunday for that 1.56, shattering the previous record amount paid for a single video game that was set just 2 days earlier. Dallas, Texas-based Heritage Auctions noted that it's first time a single video game has ever sold for more than $1 million. It was released in 1996 and quickly became a classic. It was the first video game to feature a world-famous Mario character in 3D, Heritage Auctions said in a statement, and it was the best-selling game on the Nintendo 64 console. The game received the highest possible A++ grade from video game grading companies Wata Games, Heritage Auctions said, meaning it was preserved in nearly impeccable condition. And here it is right here. It is, yep, Mario 64. Look at that. Heritage did not immediately return the post's request for comment on who bought the game. The record-breaking sale came just 2 days after a sealed copy of Nintendo's The Legend of Zelda sold at auction Friday for $870,000, setting a world record that didn't last the weekend. Valerie McLecky, Heritage video game specialist, said in a statement that the auction house was shocked to see a game sell for more than $1 million so shortly after the record-setting auction of the Zelda game. The sale also underscores the degree to which the market for collectibles have exploded during the pandemic. And here is a little clip from that auction. Everything from sports and Pokemon cards to NFTs have soared in popularity over the last year, with multi-million-dollar auctions and companies positioning themselves to support the growing industry. To be sure, within the collectibles market, the Mario franchise holds an especially pronounced nostalgia lore. The back of the sealed Mario 64 box seen on display, here it is right there. Man, that game was awesome. To think that I actually got one of those and opened it, and I could have just put it in a box, never played it, and locked it away and made $1 million. In April, an original 1985 edition of Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Entertainment System sold for the then record-setting $660,000. This is all pretty insane numbers for video games. Because someone actually showed this to me from chat. They super chatted me last week and showed me this, which just blows me away. The world's oldest bottle of whiskey just sold for $137,500. That's it. After seeing how much a Mario game just sold for over $1 million, the world's oldest whiskey sold for just over 100,000. I mean, 137,000 is nothing to scoff at, but it's not $1 million. A bottle containing what is believed to be the oldest whiskey just sold for way more than anyone was expecting. Really? Because now that I just heard that other story, this is just feels like pocket change. I mean, obviously, all this money is like more than most people see in their lives. It's a lot. That's a crazy amount of money. The handling of the old Ingledew whiskey for a staggering $137,500 on Wednesday, following the spirited round of bidding overseen by Skinner auctioneers, reports CNN. The gavel price absolutely shatters the $20,000 to $40,000 the spirit had been expected to sell for before the sale. So why did this bottle go for nearly $100,000 more than its high-end estimate? One reason, its age. Though the whiskey is long thought to date back to 1850, a recent laboratory test conducted by the University of Georgia and University of Glasgow revealed it's actually much older. A sample of liquid was taken from the bottle and carbon tested. The results revealed an 81.1% likelihood that the whiskey was actually bottled between 1763 and 1803. Putting it in a historical context of the Revolutionary War and Whiskey Rebellion. This particular bottle of Old Ingledew also has an interesting backstory. It once belonged to a Wall Street financier, John Pierpont Morgan, the founder of what would eventually become J.P. Morgan Chase & Co., who obtained the whiskey on a business trip to Georgia, according to the Barons. But he was far from the bottle's only famous owner. His son Jack gifted the bottle to future U.S. Supreme Court Justice and South Carolina Governor James Burns in the early 1940s. Jack also gave 2 other bottles to Franklin D. Roosevelt, they were distant cousins, and Harry Truman. Skinner's rare spirits expert, Joseph Hyman, said that the bottle that sold this week is the only one that survives. It's as shocking as the bottle's final price may be, it's not often that a lot sells for more than 3 times its pre-auction estimate. It doesn't make Old Ingledew the world's most expensive whiskey, far from it. In fact, the title currently belongs to a bottle of Macallan fine and rare 60-year-old 1926 that sold for $1.9 million in 2019. But the title of world's oldest, that belongs to this bottle and this bottle alone. All right, so there was a bottle that sold for 1.9 mil, but to think, this is the world's oldest whiskey. There's a chance this whiskey was bottled before America was even founded. That's amazing to think about. Obviously, I have a very close contact with ancient whiskeys. I call it ancient. It's obviously not that ancient, but antique whiskeys. My family line, Crigler and Crigler Whiskey. We were one of the largest distributors of whiskey in the late 1800s, 1880, was 1887 to 1917, I believe. If I might have the dates a little bit off, but it's around there that we were relatively big on the East Coast, in Covington, Kentucky. I love whiskey. I found a bottle of Oban, actually, that I didn't know existed. Can you guys see that? Bottle of Oban? There it is. Sorry, the lighting is not the best in here. But it is what I can handle, because I'm on the fly currently in Sweden in an RV and living life to the fullest with my wife. Life is good. And I think a lot of people are trying to put money in things that are not money. They're trying to put it into property, trying to put it into a lot. I mean, I'm grateful. I just bought a house, and so my money is now. I mean, I didn't pay it off. Houses are expensive. I don't know if you know this, but I have a mortgage, and I put a good chunk of my savings into it, which feels good because now I have something tangible. I have property. I have land now. I'm a landowner. That feels good for the first time in my life. I mean, I'm almost 40, and I'm looking forward to having children and raising them on my property. So I don't know. I'm living my best life, and I hope all of you are as well. So thank you all for tuning in. Please smash the like button if you haven't. Please subscribe if you haven't, and share my videos. I see a lot of people have been sharing my videos. I see you, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. We are going to get into some super chats right now. Hope you guys have been having a wonderful day so far. I'll be honest, I wanted to swear a lot more than I did. If I did, I'm sorry. I tried not to swear. But every so often it happens. I really don't like it when people mess with kids, and that pisses me off a lot. I don't like it. All right, let's see here. Robert Wiles, of course. Have a blessed soul, Adam. Blessed day and blessed life doing what you love. And thanks for all you do for us and chat. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you as well. Robert Shaw says, F. Bezos. Mark G says, buy Crigler coffee. The only coffee guaranteed to not make you woke. I may never be first, but I'll be the first in promoting Crigler coffee. Robert Shaw says, are you salty about never coming first? Then you need Crigler Coffee G Blend. It has all you need to bring that salt and make you shine all day. I love you guys. You guys are so great. Mark G says, I'll rep some Crigler Company sea salt. Okay. So, little known fact about me. I absolutely love smoked salt. I don't know how many people have tried smoked salt, but you can smoke salt. Hickory, mesquite, different, whatever you could, if you could smoke something, you could smoke salt. And it is delicious. I love it so much. A little bit of avocado on toast with some smoked salt on top of it. Maybe a little pepper also. But that smoked salt, man, I got this hickory smoked salt that I got in upstate New York. Amazing. This guy, Mountain Man Dan, makes his own. He smokes it himself. And it's just like you put like a bunch of sea salt in a smoker and you smoke it. It's amazing. I'm going to start, no joke, I'm going to start smoking my own salt. So you say you'll rep some Crigler Company sea salt. No joke, that's in the cards. Now, I probably won't be selling it. It's probably more something that I'm going to do for me because I really love smoked salt. It's delicious. If you haven't tried it, you definitely have to try it. Steve says, are you tired of being woke? Get triggered by everything you see? If so, buy Crigler Coffee Gamers Blend. It's guaranteed to make you go from woke to awake. Side effect might be a reality check. Thank you, Steve. I like that. Robert Shaw says, are you tired of sad, unsalty chips? Then you need Bezos Salt Shaker. In just a few shakes, those chips will be ready to go. It's unlimited salt. Well, I mean, if you have unlimited salt, it's not really a good business tactic, right? You only sell one, and then that's it. I kind of like it, though. Robert Shaw says, disclaimer, before giving your woke friend Gamers Blend, make sure they're in a safe space, as their worldview will literally break and might go insane. These are fun super chats. I'm enjoying these. Thank you guys. Mark G says, is the strike gone? Can Adam be spicy again? It's supposed to be gone as of today. Let me refresh my dashboard. I still have 2 guidelines. It says it expires July 13th, which as last time I checked, it's still July 13th. But I think I got the check or the strike after my episode ended. So sometime after my show ends tonight will be the official 3-month, because it was April 14th. So now it expires July 13th. There's probably like the exact time that I got the strike will be the same time the strike falls off. That's what I'm assuming anyway. So, but thank you. Yeah, I'm almost there. Robert, more importantly, I can have guests on. I can't wait to have guests on again. Savannah's going to join me. Carlin's going through some craziness. I gotta have an interview with her because, like, I don't know. It feels like she's fighting the entire internet. And it's crazy. And she's also like fighting the government in New Hampshire. I don't even know what's going on over there. So we're gonna talk about that. Darth Call says, "Keep up the great work, brother." Thank you very much, Call. Cheers, matey. It was good playing some Dead by Daylight with you the other day. I gotta start twitching again. I miss Twitch. Darth Call twitches over on Twitch. He twitches on Twitch. And yeah, he's actually going to be dressing up as Pennywise from the movie It. Now, I've never seen it because horror movies I'm just not a big fan of, because I tend to follow logic, and horror movies, it's very rare that the actor, or not the actors, the storyline is followed logically. You know what I mean? Like, there's few that were done well. Let's see, The Shining, great movie. All right, creepy. That movie was done well, I think. I don't know. It's hard to find good horror films, but he's going to be dressing up as Pennywise and playing Dead by Daylight as a clown trying to kill people. It's going to be very entertaining. So shout out to Darth Call. Sectus Gaming says the Babylon Bee has a great satire take on The Choir. I couldn't find it. I tried to find it, but I'm sure they do because they're hilarious. Fantastic Mr. Knox says the Rainbow Monkey Guy is absolutely disgusting. Kids need to be kids enjoying their youth, not this bat-s nonsense with trans story hour and kink appreciation. Yes, exactly. Thank you. I know you swore a little bit, and I'm just trying to refrain, but I agree with you wholeheartedly. Robert Shaw says, touch our children, I'll burn it all down. And you have a child now, right? I mean, you have an 8-month-old daughter. I mean, imagine if someone was like trying to convert her as like a 2-year-old or 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8. Doesn't matter. They're kids. Let them be kids. My goodness. Robert Shaw says, are they trying to make pedophilia normal? Maybe, yeah. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't know, but don't mess with kids, yo. The Magnum Express says, I took last week off and all seemed calmed in the world. Then yesterday it seemed like all hell broke loose. I should have taken this week off as well. Yeah, maybe, Magnum, maybe. Robert Shaw said the Democrats use quantum mechanics to win. Maybe. Robert Shaw says, do you not have phones? Everyone's got phones nowadays. It's like, who doesn't have a phone? Who doesn't have access to a library or a phone? You know, it's like they act like these people that are in rural communities that don't have access to Xerox machines or don't have phones. Those aren't the places that are like getting too much traffic at the voting booth. Those places can go vote in person. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And if you have an issue and you can't make it, that's what absentee ballots are for. God, these Democrats are so crazy. SD Guy says the election was fortified, halfway legal and halfway illegally, i.e. changing election laws and ballot harvesting, drop ballots, not checking signatures. Yep. Discrepancies all over the place. Vanessa says, are you trying to get another strike? No, I mean, I never said definitively anything that, as I said, nothing was proven, but it's just, it doesn't make sense why they're trying to avoid an audit. Like, audit it and vindicate yourselves. Robert Shaw says, wow, everyone is better than Biden. Come on, man. I know. He did terrible in the DNC, the Democratic primaries. Like, he was one of the worst. Kamala was honestly the worst. Him and Kamala were terrible. But for some reason, they were chosen because they were the puppets. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, if other Western countries have voter integrity where you need something to identify, why are the Dems fighting against this? That is a question. Why? Why are they trying to make it seem like it's racist to need an ID? And people believe it. These sheep out there are really going, yeah, that's racist. What? Why? You need an ID to do literally everything else? It's nuts. Bird Gang says, got a notification for yesterday's video, but not for today. Probably because I have the big lie written in the title. To be honest, right? I mean, they probably don't like people talking about it, especially someone on my end of the political compass, which is probably what, you know, if I was like, the big lie is just like that, a big lie, like, man, they probably been like, yeah, put me on the front page. No, I don't know. Sean Jack says they're only fleeing to D.C. because D.C. is not a state. Otherwise, Texas Rangers would bring them back. Oh, that's an interesting point. Yeah, Abbott says he's going to arrest these Democrats that left and bring them to the court or to the Senate to finish their job. Although the funny thing is, I heard that Texas still has a quorum in the House. So I'm not sure if their ploy is even going to work. It's kind of funny. Mark Robershaw says, yes, voter ID and slavery are the same issue, Biden. Oof, my goodness. Robershaw says, what was that noise? I think that was someone on I don't know, maybe it was like a moped or something that drove by. Sejong says, the Texas Democrats are an unapproved travel claiming to be doing legislative work. Abbott should cut off their allowances and official credit cards. I agree with that. They're not working. They're leaving. They're not doing their jobs. They're activists. They're going to D.C. to lobby Congress. Like, that's not what they're doing. That's not what they were voted in to do. They should all be fired. Robert Shaw says, stop talking and have those kids for F's sake. I mean, all in due time, sir. I got to move into my house first. And, you know, maybe live in my house for, I don't know, a year, and maybe sometime along the way, you know, get pregnant. John Gomez says they're afraid of the truth because they can't handle truth. I agree. I be ripping them says hashtag MAFA, make America fart again. Good to see you, I be ripping them. Good to see you. Sejong says, look, man, meaning or satire, be damned. How many of them just sat there, looked at the lyric sheet, and instead of going, hey man, don't put these words in my mouth, I'm on a list, said, heck yeah, let's do this. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Who thought that? I mean, they're trying to normalize and not stand out. I mean, that's wrong. That's weird. Coming for your kids, trying to convert them, openly saying that we're going to come for your kids, we're going to convert them. Like, that's not funny. That's not satire. That's sick. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, the guy in the choir who sings most of it looks so passive aggressive. That whole choir makes me angry, and I find it funny that they say it's satire. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Gaslighting. Josh and Jesus says, I say we drop the pedos off at the front of some Spanish Cobras and see what happens. Just dump them off on Division and Maplewood and tell them good luck. Man, these people that mess with kids, dude. Robert Shaw says Biden was in that furry suit, bro. No, he does the petting and sniffing. Sejong the Great says, those were words we used when we said we didn't want this behavior near polite society in the 80s and early 90s. Tolerance is a slippery slope. Joshua says, put all the pedos in prison, then tell the prisoners have fun. They will pray for death before the end. Adam, sorry for getting so dark. Love your show. Thank you, Joshua. I mean, you just don't mess with kids. People are messing with kids. Like, why are they just so blatant? They're being so blatant about it. And it's just sick. Andre says, instead of reeing at these lunatics, we should be looking at to see who is funding them and who is organizing. Dig and expose. Get at it. I agree. Robert Shaw says, who cooks a cat in the microwave? WTF. Yeah, I know. It's messed up, man. It's messed up. Jake Dog says, I only want Sav or Mrs. Criggles to rub my tummy. Whoa. Down boy. All right. Sav you can have. She's single, or at least from what I remember. But Mrs. Criggles is taken. Robert Shaw says, Company of Heroes 3, let's go. I don't know that. Is that a game that's coming out or something? Or that is old? I don't know. Check it out. Oh, yeah. It's coming 2022. Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. Khalid again. You keep super chatting me. You're not saying anything, but I appreciate your support, mate. Thank you. Robert Shaw says, Mario will never be canceled. He's white. I mean... Okay, that's random. Minion says, mint copy of Mario 64 sells for $1.6 million. Same game at GameStop for trade-in, $2.35. Yeah, I mean, mint inbox unopened is a little different than used at a GameStop. Robert Shaw says, technically, I'm a criminal since I have fireworks. I didn't say anything. Robert Shaw says, I would pour that whiskey down the sink. Tro-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo. Now, listen, I would be so angry at you. Robert Shaw says, wait, Skinner and Burns? WTF, that whiskey story. I know, that's hilarious, right? I just had a super chat jump. Give me a second. Find out where we are. Deuce, thank you for that super chat. Robert Shaw says, Biden was a child when that bottle was brewed. I know, and he joined Congress 120 years ago. Dude, it's crazy. Fishhood says, small personal story of broke student. Bought a stock 93 Nissan 240 SX S13 for my first nice car. Got it for $5,000. Half a year later, it's now worth more than $12,000. That's a nice car. That's nice. Good stuff. I like that. Sejong says, people put money into whatever they think they're worth. Gamers are the most wasteful spenders. How do you think EA is still in business? No argument for me. Robert Shaw says, mortgage is cheaper than rent, and you make money. I know, I'm excited. Robert Shaw again says, Sejong, I felt that, bro. Yeah, right on. Sparky says, Mario game up for auction was Hunter Biden's. What do you guys think of that artwork? It's crazy that he's selling art for $500,000. It sounds like... Is that not shady? I mean, come on. Money laundering much? Getting paid? Who's buying this art? Who owes Biden's money? That's just funneling money his way. Find a time. Thank you for that cool super chat of a hippo on a chair. I like it. Robert Shaw says, propitiation. I don't know what that is. 32. It's time to smoke the smokers. I don't know what that is. Mr. Wolfgram says, what is Swedish food like? Their potatoes are absolutely delicious. Their salsa is absolutely terrible. They have the worst salsa ever. Honestly, it's so bad, I want to start a salsa company in Sweden because they don't know what they're missing. I mean, I grew up in America on good salsa. I mean, you think about even Tostitos salsa, like, you know, the regular that's in every store, that's okay. You got to get like the homemade stuff. I don't know, it's all sorts. Even like Walmart's got better salsa. It's just, it's so, the shame is, it's so sad that the salsa is just, I love chips and salsa, so, and I put salsa on my sandwiches as kind of like a spread, so that's kind of a shame. Robert Shaw says, I'm all about quality over quantity, as you should be. Mazo says, my body and soul need more salve. She will be coming back. I can't wait to have her back on the show. Mark G says, your body and soul only needs Adam. Well, that's okay to have some variety, though, right? Robert Shaw says, Adam is the only one we need. Crigler. Thanks, guys. Mark G says, experts say that this was the most secure election. Experts say. 50% of the people will just believe it. Robert Shaw says, experts say the moon is fake. Gosh, Robert Shaw says, I use the GTA term for mopeds. LOL. Right on. Robert Shaw says, Adam is scared Jake will take his misses. No, I'm not afraid. I'm not worried. Sparky said, I found a bottle of scotch from the 1830s in the basement of an abandoned restaurant when I was a kid in the early 70s. Smooth enough for an 8-year-old to drink. Wish I'd taken note of its name. I wish you didn't drink it and still had it so that you can send me a little snort of it. That's what it's called, to have a little bit of whiskey as a snort. Mr. Squiggle says, if I saw that MFer in a monkey suit anywhere near kids, I would probably have to gone to jail that day. All right. Sejong says, I have paid pretty pennies for bottles of whiskey. Whiskey is worth, but no one spends money on whiskey without a plan to eventually open it. All right, that's true. Yeah, that makes sense. Whereas that Mario game, they'll probably never open it, never, crack the seal. Or that Macallan that's from 1927. Hold on, when was that? 1926. That sold for 1.9 mil. That'll never be opened, I'm sure. Robert Shaw says, they see me mowing my front lawn. That's all that's all I got. That's all it was. Sejong says, you reminded me of this rib joint in Central Holland that sold ribs. Haha, they had one called Spicy Mexican, but it was basically barbecue sauce drowned in Tabasco. Northern Euros can't American. I know. I need to figure out how to bring. Their pickles are terrible. I haven't found a good pickle. I like pickles a lot, and I got to start pickling myself. I'm definitely going to start pickling once I get my house. I'm really excited because I've always wanted to do stuff like this, but I've never had my own house. So, I'm always traveling or moving every couple years. I don't know. I've had apartments. I'm so sick of moving, and it's so nice to know that I'm going to have a house where all my things are going to be, that it's my house, and I can do pickles. I can smoke salt. So I'm really excited about that. Vanessa says, wants to know if Robert Shaw is hiring. His super chats are on point. Aren't they, Vanessa? I know. Robert Shaw is never ending with his super chats, but they are always great. Robert Shaw says, I also have swords and Bowie knives in my house. Oh, all right. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, Democrats, stop the fight against voter integrity. Also Democrats, jail Trump for colluding with Russia and stealing the 2016 election. But somehow it's unstealable in 2020. These people. Robert Shaw says, Mom, Tom Cruise won't come out of the closet. Is that real? Is he? I don't know. Doesn't matter. I still like him. He's still awesome. He does all his own stunts. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. You guys are fantastic. I love you guys. Thank you, chat. I'll be back tomorrow. You guys know it. Here on the Crigler Show. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. Please, if you haven't smashed that like button, feel free to smash that like button. Sleazy says, you've seen the videos coming out of South Africa. Mass looting looks like World War Z. Mobs of people running down highways. I have seen it. I'm going to do a report on it. I'm trying to figure out what caused it all. I know it's because the president's in jail. But there's a lot more to it. Robert Shaw says, even own a pair of gauntlets. Like armored gauntlets. Thank you guys very much. You guys are all just hanging out. I love it. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. I'll play a little guitar. Why not? So yeah, I'll be talking about South Africa soon enough. I love South Africa. I've been there. Where am I now? I am not in my house. I haven't moved in. Someone said my new house looks awesome. This is actually just the RV that my wife had before she met me. And it's basically a little mini tiny house. I mean, it's an RV, so, but she kind of took out one of the couches, put in this nice desk, and there's a piano in it. It's pretty dope in here. And, you know, I'm here in her RV. Just we're visiting her family for a little while, until the end of the month, which is when I'm gonna be traveling back to move into my house. Cass, have a great day. Robert Shaw says bye-bye. And then he goes, Adam is on the run. Trust me, Biden wants him. Does he? Alright, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I love you all. Thank you very, very, very much for tuning in. You guys have a great night. I'll see you next time. Good night.